Hello children, here we will discuss parts of speech under English grammar. So this is parts of speech. So children, now you need to listen to me carefully. Parts of speech means parts of a sentence, and parts of a sentence means different kinds of words used in it. Just like we have parts of our body, we have parts of speech. Daily we speak so many things, and when we speak, we construct sentences. And these sentences have many different types of words with regard to their position and usage. Just like we need different materials to build a house, so does a sentence do. A sentence to be built, it needs different types of words. So, parts of speech means the different types of words used in a sentence, basing on their position and usage. So here we go, parts of speech. Let's look at the sentence below. The sentence is India is my country. The sentence above, that is India is my country, has 4 words which means namely India is my and country. All the 4 words are different from each other with regard to their usages. Moreover, each of these words has a definite position in the sentence. This sentence, India is my country, has got 4 words, 1, 2, 3, 4. And all of them are different from each other. They are not the same. They play different roles in the sentence. India stands for noun, proper. Is stands for verb, helping verb. My stands for pronoun, possessive case. And country again stands for noun, but common. Moreover, every word in the sentence has a fixed position. They have a fixed position. First comes India, second comes is, then third is my, and fourth country. So we cannot put them anywhere as we like. They have to be arranged in proper order. As we need different types of materials to build a house, we also need different kinds of words to build a sentence. जैसे कि हम लोगों को एक घर बनाने के लिए अलग अलग वस्तुओं की ज़रूरत पड़ता है, उसी प्रकार एक सेंटेंस बनाने के लिए भी हम लोगों को अलग अलग शब्दों का ज़रूरत पड़ता है. So we conclude that parts of speech is the division of words of a sentence according to their position and usage as noun, verb, adjective, adverb, and so on. So that means this is the exact definition of parts of speech. So if you are asked what is parts of speech, so your answer must be this one. This will be your answer. Parts of speech is nothing but the division of the different types of words of a sentence according to their position and their usage. So I told you every word in a sentence has got a fixed position and they have got their own usage, means what they stand for. They can be a noun, a verb, adjective, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, interjection, etc., etc. Now we will have a look at all the different parts of speech. The parts of speech are 8 in number, and they are the noun, the adjective, the pronoun, the verb, the adverb, the preposition, the conjunction, and the interjection. So these are the 8 parts of speech, and these 8 parts of speech we are going to learn them one by one. So we will start with the first part of speech, that is the noun. So what is a noun? A noun is a naming word that names persons, things, places, animals or birds, or human qualities, emotions or feelings. So as you have already learned in your previous classes, that a noun is a naming word that can name a person, thing, place, animal or bird, or a noun can be the name of human qualities, emotions or feelings. So as we are given to know that a noun is the name of a person, thing, place, animal, bird, quality, emotion or feeling. So we have some examples under these headings. Boy, girl, they are persons, they are people. So Raju is the particular name of a specific boy, and Mini is the proper name of a particular girl, but all the 4 are people. Then thing, pen, pencil. So the pen, pencil, they are things, and flare is the proper name of a company manufacturing a particular pen. Similarly, Nataraj is the name of a particular pencil. They are all things. Then place, town, village, they are names of places. Then Doimuk is the specific name of a particular town, and Mani is the proper name of a particular village. Then animal, dog, cat, they are animals, names of animals. Tommy is the name of a dog, and Pussy is the name of a cat. Bird, parrot, crow, they are birds. Mitu is the name of a parrot, and Kali is the name of a crow. And then quality, you see, beauty, arrogance, all these are nouns of human qualities. Then emotion and feeling, example, happiness, anger. Happiness, anger, there are many words. So these are examples of nouns of human emotion and feeling. You see, a noun may be name of anything in general or in particular. You see, a noun can be the name of a class of people in general, or the name of a particular person or thing, animal or bird. Like boy and girl, they are general names, but Raju and Mini, they are particular names, means names of particular boy and particular girl. In the same way, pencil and pen and pencil are general names, but flare is the name of a particular pen, and Nataraj is the name of a particular person. That means a noun may be the name of anything in general or particular. The second part of speech is the adjective. So an adjective is a word that gives some information about the noun. So adjective is a word that qualifies a noun, that says something more about the noun, or that gives some information about a noun. Example, you see, beautiful flower. So in this, flower is the noun, and this word beautiful is giving some information of the flower, means how is the flower beautiful. So beautiful is the adjective here. Black pen, here pen is the noun, and black is describing the pen, so therefore black is the adjective here. Big tree, again tree is the noun here, and big is telling you the telling you about the size of the tree, means it is giving some information about this tree, therefore big is the adjective here. Clever fox, fox is the noun, and how is the fox? Clever, that means clever is describing the fox, therefore clever is the adjective here. Then many boys, here noun is the boys, and this word many, it is saying something about the boys, the number of the boys. Therefore again many is an adjective. Then some milk, milk is the noun, and this word some is saying something about this milk, means giving some information about this milk. How much milk? Some milk. So some is again an adjective here. In the above examples, the words in pink are adjectives. The words written in pink are adjectives, and the words in green are nouns. So the words in green are nouns. The words like beautiful, black, big, clever, many, and some are adjectives because they provide information about the nouns like flower, pen, tree, fox, boys, and milk respectively. So this was what I have already told you. So the words in green are nouns and the words in pink are adjectives because they are giving some information, telling you something more about the nouns, the words in green. The third part of speech is the pronoun. A word which is used in place of the noun to avoid repetition is called a pronoun. So any word that is used in place of the noun is called pronoun. So it helps you avoid repetition of the noun again and again. Example: Ravi is a boy. Ravi goes to school. Mini is Ravi's sister. Mini does not go to school. Mini is still very small. Ravi and Mini love each other. You see in this sentence, in the first sentence, it is said Ravi is a boy. Means the identity of a boy called Ravi is already established. हमें यहाँ पता चल गया कि रवि कौन है. Then in the second sentence also we are using Ravi again. In the third also Ravi. So in the third sentence, Mini is Ravi's sister. So here we have already got to know that who is Mini. So Mini is Ravi's sister. So in the following, the next sentence also, Mini again we are writing Mini does not go to school. And again in the next succeeding sentence also we are using Mini is still very small. And again we are writing Ravi and Mini love each other. So to avoid this repetition of the same name, same word again and again, we use the pronouns. You see, once the identity of a noun is established, we can use pronouns to talk about that noun in the succeeding conversation. Hence, the above example can be written using pronouns thus. तो एक बार हमको जब मालूम हो जाता है कि कोई कौन है, कोई नाउन क्या है, तो उसके बारे में हम लोग जब और आगे बात करते हैं तो हम लोगों को उस नाम को बार बार रिपीट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. और उस नाम का जगह में हम लोग प्रोनाउन यूज़ कर सकते हैं. और प्रोनाउन यूज़ करने के बाद में ये जो सेंटेंसेस है कैसा बन जाता है वो अभी देखो. Now you see, the first sentence will be as it is, there will be no changes. So Ravi is a boy. तो अभी हम लोग को मालूम हो गया कि रवि कौन है. तो नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस में फिर लिखा था कि रवि गोज़ टू स्कूल. तो हम लोग उसको मालूम हो गया कि रवि कौन है, तो उसमें फिर हम लोगों को रवि लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं. तो उसका जगह में हम लोग रवि के लिए प्रोनाउन यूज़ किया है ही. सो ही गोज़ टू स्कूल. तो अभी यहाँ में एक फिर से एक नया नाउन का इंट्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. तो मिनी इज हिज सिस्टर. तो यहाँ में था मिनी इज रविस सिस्टर. तो हम लोग क्या क्या है, ये रवि का जगह में क्या कर दिया है, रविस का जगह में हिस कर दिया. मिनी इज हिज सिस्टर, मिनी उसकी बहन है. तो अभी ये मिनी एक बार हम लोगों के मालूम हो गया कि मिनी जो रवि का बहन है. तो फिर यहाँ पे हम लोगों को मिनी फिर लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. तो मिनी का जगह में हम लोग लिखते हैं शी डज नॉट गो टू स्कूल. फिर उसमें लिखा था मिनी इज स्टिल वेरी स्मॉल. तो उसमें हम लोग फिर लिख सकते हैं शी इज वेरी स्मॉल। फिर वहाँ में था रवि एंड मिनी। रवि एंड मिनी, देखो ये जो रवि एंड मिनी है तो इसके लिए हम लोग प्रोनाउन यूज़ करते हैं दे। सो रवि एंड मिनी लव ईच अदर की जगह में हम लोग लिख देते हैं दे लव ईच अदर। सो दिस इज हाउ प्रोनाउन इज यूज्ड इन प्लेस ऑफ nouns. So here is a list of some basic pronouns. You see example: I, we, you, he, she, it, they, me, us, him, her, them, my, our, your, his, its, their, etc. So these are different types of pronouns, and this we will take up in detail when we study about the different types of pronouns in our coming lessons. Okay, the fourth part of speech is the verb. What is a verb? A verb is a word that tells about an action performed or state of being of something. तो वर्ब वो वर्ड है जो हमें जो कोई काम होने के बारे में बताता है या किसी क्रियाकलाप के बारे में बताता है या किसी एक्शन के बारे में बताता है, या वर्ब हमें स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग के बारे में भी बताता है। स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग का मतलब है कि कोई नॉन क्या है, कोई इंसान क्या है, कोई चीज़ क्या है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई से Rani is a singer. In this word, in this sentence, the word is, Rani is the verb. But here, there is no mention of any action. It is just telling you who is Rani. It is telling you about who is Rani. So Rani is a singer. So that verb is telling about the state of being of Rani. Okay, now let us see some examples. Number one, Carl kicked the ball. So in this sentence, kicked is the kicked is the verb, because this word kicked, it tells us about some action being performed, about the action of kicking. So it is a verb. Then Usha runs 5 miles every day. So here again the verb is runs, because this word tells about some action, the action of running. Then 3, I will sing a song in the party tomorrow. So here the verb is will sing. So this is again a verb because it gives an idea of some action being performed, the action of singing. Then number 4, Mr. Rao is a teacher. So this is different from the other 3 examples. You see here the verb is, but here there is no action performed. You see here kicking is action, running is action, singing is action, but here there is no action. It is just telling Mr. Rao is a teacher. So this verb is telling about the state of being, means who is Mr. Rao. So Mr. Rao is a teacher, but it is still a verb. So this is different from other 3 examples. In other 3 examples, there is clearly we can see that some action is being done, but in this verb, in sentence 4, it does not give us any idea regarding any action being done. Still it is a verb because it is called the verb of state of being. So here the same thing has been given what I have just explained you now. So now coming to this part, verbs can be expressed in different tenses. So basically there are 3 tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. So every verb has got these 3 different tenses, that is past, present and future. See, kicked, mara means pehle ho gaya bala, so that is why it is the action of the past. Then runs, so here runs, it is telling you about something being done in the present tense. So runs is in present tense. Then will sing definitely it gives you an idea, clearly it gives you an idea of an action that is going to happen in future. So will sing is in the future tense. The 5th part of speech is the adverb. You see this word adverb. So this word, it gives you an idea that this word has something to do with verb, just like adjectives are related to nouns, so adverbs are also related to verb. So let us see what is an adverb. An adverb is a word that gives information about the verb. एडवर्ब वो वर्ड है जो हमें किसी काम को किस तरह किया जाता है उसके बारे में बताता है. So adverb is a word that describes an action. How is an action being carried out, or how is an action done? The word giving this information is called adverb. So example, a cheetah runs fast. तो यहाँ पर देखो क्लियरली ये जो फास्ट वर्ड है ये चीता का जो एक्शन है दौड़ने के उसके बारे में बता रहा है कि कैसे चीता दौड़ता है फास्ट. सो दिस इज adverb here. Then ants work hard. Again here hard, this word it is giving information about the action of the ant, the work of the ant, how ants work hard. So here hard is adverb. Then 3, Nirja dances gracefully. So in this sentence, this gracefully it is describing the dancing of Nirja. So here adverb is gracefully. Number 4, you may sit here. Again this word here it is telling about the action of sitting. So this is adverb here. Then I will go there tomorrow. So again this tomorrow it is telling about the timing of the action of going. So therefore it is the adverb here. So what I have just explained you, the same thing is given here in the examples above. The words in green. The words in green are all adverbs as they provide information about how an action is done or when or where the action takes place. The same thing just I have told you. You see in sentence 1, the word fast tells how a cheetah runs. In sentence 2, the word hard tells how ants work. In sentence 3, the word gracefully tells how Nirja dances. In sentence 4, the word here tells where you may sit. And in sentence 5, the word tomorrow tells when I will go there. So hence, fast, hard, gracefully, here and tomorrow or tomorrow are all adverbs. So all these words written in green in the examples above, they are adverbs. The next and sixth part of speech is the preposition. So a preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun or noun phrase to show place, direction, time, location, spatial relationships, or to introduce an object. You see, just you have to keep in mind a preposition is a word that tells you the position of one thing with respect to another thing. So let us see some examples of prepositions. In, on, at, of, to, under, extra. These are a few examples of preposition. So now let us see how they are used in sentences. Usages of preposition in sentences. So let us see how the prepositions are used in sentences. 1. The principal is in the office. This is telling about the place. For preposition of place, you see here this word in is the preposition here. It is telling you the relationship of the principal with the office, means in the office. Then number 2, I wake up at 5 a.m. So here at is the preposition. It is the preposition of time. I went towards the river. So this is a preposition of direction. So here towards is the preposition. The ball is under the table. So it is a preposition telling you giving you the spatial relationship, means the relationship of the ball with the table, that is under the table. Number 5, he dived into the pool. See, this is also an example of spatial relationship. So into is the preposition here. Then next, she looked at the boy. So it is an example of introduction to object. So here at is the preposition. Then 7, he gave up because of poverty. So this is an example of group of words as preposition. Because of, उसने हाथ खड़े कर दिया गरीबी के कारण, हार मान लिया गरीबी के कारण. So all the words in green in the sentences above are prepositions. ये जितने भी green color में लिखे हैं ये सब prepositions हैं. The seventh part of speech is the conjunction. So conjunctions are words used to join or connect words, phrases or sentences. So they are the conjunctions, they are connecting or joining words. So they connect two words, two phrases or two sentences. Some examples of conjunctions are and, but, or, if, because, since, as, for, yet, so, when, neither nor, either or, as if, as long as, if only, where, wherever, though, although, etc. So these are few examples of conjunction. Now let us see how they are used in sentences. So conjunctions in sentences. You see, lock and key. So the word and is the conjunction. It is joining two words, lock and key. Then I went to school and took my exam. So here and is again the conjunction. It is joining two sentences. The two sentences are I went to school, I took my exam. So when they are joined, it becomes I went to school and took my exam. Then next, she worked hard but couldn't succeed. So again it is joining this word, but is joining two sentences. The two sentences are she worked hard, she couldn't succeed. So when it is joined, it becomes she worked hard but couldn't succeed. Then number 4, be regular or just quit the school. So this is again joining two sentences. The first one is be regular and second one is just quit the job. So it is joined by or, the conjunction or. Then number 5, you will be punished if you don't do the homework. So again this is joining two sentences. The first sentence is you will be punished and the second sentence is you don't do the homework. It is joined by if, the conjunction. Then 6th, they were late because they missed the bus. So this is they were late, one sentence, they missed the bus, another sentence. It is joined by because, the conjunction. Then 7, he is poor yet honest. So this is again two sentences joined by the conjunction yet. First sentence is he is poor, second sentence is he is honest. So when they are joined, it becomes he is poor yet honest. Then number 8, it was raining, so I bought an umbrella. There are two sentences, it was raining, and the another sentence is I bought an umbrella. So it is joined by the conjunction so, and it becomes it was raining, so I bought an umbrella. Then number 9, Carl reached school when assembly was already over. So again here the conjunction is when. It joins two sentences, Carl reached school, assembly was already over. So when it joins, it becomes Carl reached school when assembly was already over. Now the 8th and the last part of speech is the interjection. So an interjection is a word or phrase that expresses emotions in an abrupt and exclamatory way. Interjections are words that suddenly are lifted when one is hurt, angry, annoyed, happy, emotional, etc. तो जब हम बहुत खुश होते हैं, जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा दुखी होते हैं, जब हम बहुत नाराज़ होते हैं, जब हम बहुत इमोशनल होते हैं, या जब हमें कुछ चोट लगता है, तो हमारे मुंह से अचानक कुछ शब्द निकल जाते हैं. तो ऐसे शब्दों को हम बोलते हैं इंटरजेक्शन. सो इंटरजेक्शंस आर वर्ड्स दैट आर सडनली एंड एब्रप्टली expressed when we are hurt, or when we are emotional, when we are very annoyed, or when we are very happy, or when we are very angry. So now let us see some examples. So here are some examples. You see, number one, oh no, I cannot believe this. So here the interjection is oh no. So here you are surprised. Then number two, wow, what a pleasant surprise. So again here you are surprised when somebody gives you and somebody gives you or tells you something unexpectedly. Then number three, alas, he is gone. So here alas is the interjection. So it means you are very sad because somebody has died, somebody is no more, somebody is gone. Then number four, hooray, it's a great win. So here you are very happy, you win something, you win a match, at that time you say hooray. So here hooray is the interjection. Number five, shit, forgotten again. When you forget something, you say shit. So this is the expression here, it is the interjection. Good heaven, good heavens, or good heavens, you startle me. So when somebody again surprises you, you say, you can use this phrase, which is the interjection. Then ouch, I have trodden on a thistle. So here ouch means when you are suddenly hurt, जब कहीं ठोकर लग जाता है या कोई कांटा पाँव में चुभ जाता है, देखते हैं suddenly, abruptly, without any preparation, you कुछ हमारे मुंह से निकल जाता है, ouch. So this is the interjection here. So these were some examples in sentences. Now let us see some more interjections. You see, aha, ahem, oh, bingo, bravo, blah, cheers, congratulations, eureka, goodbye, gosh, yippee, hey, ooh-ho, oof, wah, whoops, yuck, hallelujah, hello, hump, oh dear, oops, shh, shoo, thanks, yeah, well, whoops, yes, yo, yaks, oh-ho, etc. So these are some more interjections. So that was all about the parts of speech, and we have come to the end of this topic.